Mark, you mentioned the possibility of cultivating young people's ability to become what you called religious interpreters. Can you explain what you mean by that?
Well, I mean, it depends on how you view young people and the process of, spiritual formation. If I see that as they are sort of these empty vessels and I'm going to pour in all of this information, that leads to certain kinds of practices and things. But if you see it as we're both these very humble, mostly ignorant, fragile people. I mean, me as an adult and these kids the same way. And we're all kind of in the dark, trying to figure out what's going on. Then that's a different posture I have with the young people, because they may actually have insights into reality, into God's presence, into being human that I can learn from. But I have to create an environment where sort of we're all sitting in a circle contemplating the mystery of the world together,
Yeah.
and so you try to come up. So when I say about allowing young people to be religious interpreters, I want to create moments where we're all sort of looking in some particular direction and saying, well, what do you see? What do you see? What do you see? So silence does that. Solitude does that. Meditation does that. Good questions do that. The George Floyd murder happens. And it's sort of like, what does this mean for you guys? How are you experiencing this? How are you feeling this? Where is God in this whole thing? And you allow young people to get as much room and space to contemplate those things as you have, so that your perspective or your education or my seminary degree or whatever has to compete, or has to be in the conversation with others, and it has to make sense. So that feels an authentic kind of ministry. I mean, Jesus, I think I said this in the workshop, spends 60% of his time listening before he speaks. So he mostly is listening to, what are you saying, or what's your question, or what's your experience? And then how can I also respond to that? And we need to do the same thing in our ministries.